Hello, everybody. Welcome to Feature Friday. Oh my gosh, we're back. So we'll get started here in about 3 more minutes, promptly at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for episode 9 of Lunch Box Quilts, Just Flowers. You can see behind me, there's all the blocks we have done up to date, and we are going to get quite a few more. We're doing 2 blocks tonight, block number 7 and block number 8. Oh my goodness, it has been a warm day here. Hi Mark, welcome. And yes, and good evening to all, everybody. We're going to have some fun, embroidery fun tonight. Now going forward, we will be doing 2 blocks a week. Oh, hi, Mia. Yeah, we'll be doing 2 blocks a week, and after tonight, we will have, let's see here, 10, 12, 3 more weeks after tonight, and we'll have all of our blocks done. Then there'll be 1 episode after that to get it all put together. Woohoo! So yeah, we have 4 more episodes to wrap up this awesome project. Oh, hi Georgia, welcome. Hi Karen. So the first one we're going to do, which is block number 7, you'll need 3 of those. We're only going to do 1 on camera. I've already got a couple of those done. And then block number 8, we just need 2 blocks of those for our large quilt project. Woohoo! Can't wait. This is going to be so... And the way they are behind me is not the way they're going to get sewn together. I just have them all grouped together just to kind of make the background look pretty. Woohoo! Okay. Whew-wee. Block number 7 I've been looking forward to, but it's a lot of embroidery, more embroidery than applique. There's only 1 applique shape to do, and we'll do that in the very beginning of this block. All right, we're almost there, everybody. Woohoo! And we have a good, strong signal, so I'm not going to say it's permanently fixed, but this will be, if tonight goes off without a hitch, this will be 4 nights in a row of no issues. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So, we're going to get started. Welcome to Feature Friday, everybody. My name is Richard. And I think most of you already know me. So what we're doing is this is a Lunch Box Quilt pattern and design. And what we will end up with in 4 more weeks after tonight is this quilt top right here. There's the quilt. That is what we're making. Okay? Isn't it pretty? Woohoo. And just so you know, what I personally use for all the applique pieces is 1 layer cake of Tulip Pink True Colors. So that's the only applique fabric, and then I'm just using a nice gray blending for the background. All that fun stuff. Let me switch to my other camera here. Hi, Christina. Hi, Christina. Okay, so let me swap my camera. Right there. Now, here is the first one we're going to make right here. Block number 7. The only thing that is applique is the center part of this flower right here. Okay? And just so you know what the finished stitch out looks like. I'm using a different center. We have to make 3 of these, but there's one all stitched out. And as you can see, that is the only fabric. Applique is that very center. This is the very first thing that we do. Hi, Carol. And all of this is applique. Isn't it pretty? Let me get a closer look for you if I can there. There you go. So we're going to stitch our 3rd one of these out. I've already got in my hoop my tearaway stabilizer and my background fabric. I'm going to lower that in. And first I'm going to do a basting stitch around the entire design. At the end of the episode, I will show you the next 2 blocks that we're going to make and talk about that a little bit. This first one is about an hour to completely make this one block, so those little petals take a little bit of time to stitch out. No, Karen, I did not. I only used 1 layer of medium weight tearaway stabilizer. So now I'm actually going to do a placement stitch for my center circle. Okay, and this is the fabric I'm going to put in the center. It's this hexagon fabric from Tula's. I'm just going to make sure that is covered up right there. Just let it lay nice and flat on there. Then we're going to do our tack down stitch. Well, I thought that thread looked loose, so I'm going to have to rethread my upper thread. That's okay. Oh, I see what it is. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to back that up. Right there would be my tack down stitch. I'm just using a gray thread, dotted weave embroidery thread for this. Now I'm going to pull it out and trim it. Oops. There we go. We'll just move this around so you can get a look at that. Here we go. Okay, that's the only applique for this block, is that one circle, the very center of the flower. Okay, and next, now we just start right off with some embroidery. We're going to put some gold thread down first, and then a yellow for the second set of flowers. Let's get this over here so you can see the hoop. All right, now I'm going to change my thread color. I'm going to just lower that presser foot, lock that in, and press the start button. And now we get to sit and watch, because that takes about a 21-minute stitch out for this set of leaves, and then there'll be a second one at the same amount. see everybody here tonight. It's been a couple of weeks. I think it's been at least 2 weeks since we got to do our feature Friday because of technical issues. And oh my goodness, it has been a roller coaster with that one, let me tell you. It was all on our internet provider's end as far as that goes. But boy howdy, they have really stepped it up and finally, hopefully, got it fixed. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to say it's fixed yet because I don't want to jinx everything. Oh, I've been doing very well, Christina. Thank you so very much for asking. It's so kind of you to ask. This is strong allergy season for me, so if my voice sounds a little raspy or you hear me with the sniffles, that's all it is. I hope everyone's been doing well, has been doing well. And just so everybody knows, next Friday night will not be, we will not be doing the episodes for Just Flowers. Next Friday night we'll be doing something completely different. And I'm going to finish up Just Flowers on Saturday nights. At the same time at 6 p.m. on Saturdays. So that way it'll change things up and we'll be able to finish that up lickety-split. Next Friday night I'm going to do an IQ designer class is what we'll be doing, so it'll be a lot of fun. This is a really pretty design, but it does take a little time to stitch it out. So the next one that we'll do after this one is done is block number 8, which is this design right here. Okay, it has much small. It's only about a 24-minute stitch out on that, where this is a 48-minute stitch out. And then after these 2 blocks tonight, next week, we only have one small block like this to make. And then we're going to move to our rectangular embroidered quilt blocks. Should be a lot of fun. It will be. Having me some coffee. So what's everybody working on right now in your sewing room? where are you at on your Just Flowers project? It's alright if y'all work ahead, I was just curious. Oh, wonderful, Mark. Oh, cool, Mark. That's awesome. Can't wait to see that. That's a wonderful idea. Did you use some of the new Tula fabric with the giraffes and elephants on it? That stuff is so cool. I'd love to hit those too, Mark. Oh, I hear you, Georgia. I hear you. I always like reorganizing my studio. I find stuff I haven't seen in months. It's like Christmas. The only time I actually know where all my scissors are is after I've cleaned and reorganized the studio. Let's see. Big king-size hand-embroidery quilt out of the frame today, this morning, last night, whatever it was. And I got all the binding made for it. Oh my gosh, it's got like 9 yards. I think I made 10 yards of binding. I always like to make a little extra just in case. Just in case. Got it all pressed and I'm ready to get that attached. I'll be working on that tomorrow for sure. That's for my cousin Jeanette in Southern Illinois. It really turned out nice. I'm very pleased with what it turned out. just loaded another quilt into the frame. It's red, white, and blue with Ohio stars. It's really pretty. It's for one of my regular customers. I'm just going to pick it up on Wednesday. I got the backing loaded. I haven't loaded the batting on top yet. Oh, Karen, that's not good. Well, it sounds like the internal calibration needs to be addressed. That's what it sounds like to me. I've never had that happen. It's got to be the calibration. The camera calibration is what would cause something like that. And they have to send it back to. And they have to send that back to Baby Lock. I don't know if a regular tech can actually fix that or not. Oh, I know it's frustrating. Linda, let me see if I can get it in here. It is huge. I cannot hold it up, I can tell you that, but I can give you a peek at it. Okay. Back in my chair. And I used a bleached muslin for the back of it. Okay. Here we go. There it is, right there. All the blue lines on it is how they were pre-printed. This was actually pre-printed before it was hand embroidery for hand quilting, so I paid no attention to those blue lines. Those will wander out once it's been laundered. But there it is. It's all cross stitches, the entire quilt. There's 36 blocks, 6 across, 6 down. And that's one block that you see in the camera right here. Here we go. It really is lovely. And there's the back of it. But I'll tell you what, it's really bulky. It gave me a workout just getting it out of the frame and getting all the edges trimmed. And then I used Hobbs 80/20 heirloom batting. This one is. And I quilted it heavier than normal, but it really is pretty. I'm sure she'll be very pleased with it. You go put that back where it won't get on the floor. But that was a lot of fun to make. And then I have finished 2 quilt tops this week. If you've ever wondered what we do in our private membership section, this is what I did on camera over the last few weeks in our private group. I taught how to make this. this is a big quilt top also, everybody. I'm just trying to get this camera so you can kind of see it. If you've ever wondered what we do in the private group, it's kind of what we're doing tonight, but way more than what you see once a week. And then I put the borders on this One Block Wonder. Last night, finished that. Very happy with this one as well. A border, this is all North Pot Stonehenge fabric, even the borders. Christina, I have not been sleeping well anyway, but I will tell you, right now I'm getting maybe 5 hours sleep a night. And I'm going to talk to my doctor about that. I don't want to have to take drugs to go to sleep. I really refuse to do that. But my back has been bothering me, and I did get some sleep after I took a couple of muscle relaxers the other night. It's heck getting old, let me tell you. Getting older. Oh, wonderful, Mia. Usually when I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, I will actually go and sit in front of my video game to either fall asleep in the recliner or to actually work on my game and then get up and start sewing. And that's pretty much what my days are like. It's all good. It sure is, Christina, let me tell you. I've got an appointment with the dermatologist, that's why I'm wearing the head wraps as much as I am. Because I have some skin issues that need to be addressed, and it's nothing serious or anything like that, but I'm just a little self-conscious about it, that's all. It's always something. Yes, Karen, if I wake up and it's light outside, my sleeping is done. I'm one of those people. Now, all that being said, I normally do take a little 1-hour siesta in the afternoons. I may not sleep, but I at least lay down and close my eyes and relax for an hour every afternoon. Sometimes 2, depends on what I've got on the TV. Let's see. Got something else I want to show. Working on my pile of quilted objects to put binding on. And I have 3 new, finally finished pieces from the last 7 days. So, here we go. So this one finally got the binding on it. Right there. There's the back of it. There's the front of it. Many of you will recognize this. I pieced this on camera well over a year ago. I think it's been quilted for over a year. But this is one of the ones I finally got finished. And then I finished this one. This quilt has been quilted for at least 5 years. It's a small one. Right here, log cabin. There's the back of it. And then there's my binding. It's fuchsia and teal. And then I got the binding on this. So this one I quilted in the long arm. This is one of my Jelly Roll quilt tops I made on my Surge-a-thon a couple of years back. And I did get it quilted, but I quilted it and applied the chenille as I was quilting. So this is kind of cool. This was a fun one to do. But this is just chenille, and it was applied while I was quilting. Ouch. Excuse me. There's the lavender binding. It matches the chenille. There we go. Fun, fun, fun. Set these down. Okay. Thank you, Christine. Woohoo! That's almost done with that step. Okay, now I'm going to change thread to this lemon yellow right here. If the good upstreams keep going like they have been, I will be broadcasting from my long arm room very soon. We moved the long arm back into what was the big dining room in this old house so that we could put a classroom into where the long arm room used to be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one started, let it finish stitching out the other half of this. This will all be completely filled with stitches around the center. Okay. And yes, Christina, I'm going to do another one, something like that. I don't know if it'll be a Surge-a-thon this next time, but I'm going to do another type of sew-a-thon. I'm going to call it a sew-a-thon this time because I will probably be using not only the serger, but some of my other machines as well. I'm just getting the outline written for it so I can have it nice and organized and all that fun stuff. Actually thinking I about possibly doing one entire quilt from start to finish in one day. Think about that. Quilted, the binding on it, everything. We'll see. It won't be a big quilt. It will probably be a jelly roll quilt with some appliques added to it before it's quilted, is what I'm thinking of. We'll see. The hard part on that would be maintaining a connection in 3 different rooms from a computer that I could stream from. That's what I'm really trying to get figured out completely right now. Okay. And just keeping on. Now you can see why I did not want to do 3 of these on camera. I can talk about a lot of stuff, but 42 minutes of talking for each block. The first one's not bad, but the others, this next block number 8, is not as stitch intensive as this, so it'll all be good. It will all be good. Yes, but just as a reminder, next week we'll have Feature Friday, and then the Saturday night after Feature Friday, we will have Just Flowers episode. Do another live garment episode here very soon as well. I've got some bolts of some really cool fabric from Andover that make beautiful kimonos and stuff like that, so kimono style robe, so to speak. Making clothing as well, in addition to all the quilt making and embroidery and all that fun stuff. And I can't wait to actually quilt this one, so I'm really excited to get this one done and quilted and hung up on the wall. Puyallup, Washington to the Sewing Expo, and I bought 9 silk saris. So this is how I cut up one of the saris, and I made a kimono style robe out of it. So let me show you this. When I say kimono style robe, this is what I'm talking about. Hold on, it's more Haori style. But here it is. So I used the end pieces with all the decorative silk. This isn't completely finished yet. But there's a sleeve. Okay. This is the shoulder, right here. Just hold it back like this. These are a lot of fun to make. And this one is made out of 100% silk. You can see the front of it. There's the facing for the open, around the front of the opening. All I have to do is just hem the sleeves and the bottom hem on it, and it'll be done. I'll show you something kind of cool. I have not made anything with this. I picked this up in Naples, Florida on my last visit down there. This is a Cafe jelly roll. Check it out. From this K-Facet Collective February 2023 is where all those beautiful fabrics are from. Aren't they pretty? Don't know what I'll make out of it yet. I'm trying to refrain from making another jelly roll quilt out of it, but I know his really makes spectacular jelly roll. This would make a beautiful jelly roll quilt, so I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see what we make out of happen. Thank you, Mia. I think they do look very pretty together as well. Excuse me. I will tell you, when you all stitch these out, make sure you're good and awake, because the two of these I already stitched out. I about fell asleep watching this portion of it. And I figured it was about time to put a fresh bobbin in. That's okay. I'm just following the instructions on my screen. I'm gonna put in a nice full bobbin, blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. These are my pre-wound bobbins. Rarely do I wind bobbins for embroidery. Oops, just lay down to near you. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get that put back in. I'm going to back it up 10 stitches and hit the start button. Hi, Allison. Welcome. It's good to see you. I'm sewing in bifocals, but oh my gosh, sometimes when I have to see even my bifocals, I'm really getting bad about threading, so I love a machine that has push button threading on it. That's all I'm going to say. These are the two I stitched out earlier today. It's this one. Oops. Not going to get it under the needle. Hold on. Here we go. I already stitched out that one. And then this one here. I planned on stitching one out of number 8 before we went live, but it just time-wise it did not happen. I had a lot of people in and out of the studio today that put me behind. It's all good. Absolutely, Allison. That's one of my favorite features on my Triumph as well. I may have to try me a pair of those number 3 readers. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a wonderful idea. You know, you don't really need them for machines with automated threading, but I was sewing on my featherweight the other night, and I thought I would never get the needle, the thread, through the eye of that needle. Oh my goodness. It took a few tries, but I did it. Just 5 more petals to go. Woohoo! Then to finish it off is fairly quick. And both of the different colored petals through here, these are 2 different textures that was designed for this stitch out. Away. Check him out. There he is. That's my little Puffin. He's asleep. Oh, he heard his name and woke up. Hey, puppy. What to do, Bobo? Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. He's my little sewing room mascot. I got him his own little Victorian couch for in here, so he has his own little couch to rest in as he's sewing, talking to everybody on the camera. Woohoo! It's keeping on, keeping on. Yes, Carrot, he is. He got to bark a lot today. There were several people in the shop today, so he gets to run to the front door and greet them. So it just makes his day. More pedal to go. Woohoo. Yeehaw. Color change. I'll put a little bit darker gold in it than what the first gold was. It will finish off that center portion of this block. Alrighty. Come here, you. Let's get you threaded through that needle. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, and start. Tracy, I do love this block as well. And I'm trying to stay as true as I can to the thread colors out here. But boy howdy, you could actually make those petals any color you wanted. Just pick out colors that are in the fabric and play it up like that. I think that could be totally cool as well. This is such a wonderful design. sitting here thinking of, gosh, I remember hearing something like this when I took Amtrak from Chicago to Reno, Nevada. Just that, it really, gosh, it puts me, it makes me want to go to sleep. It's such a zen type of sound. It can just lull you right to sleep. One more step. It's going to do some cross hatching for texture in the very center. Same thread. This really is a fun block. I've been looking forward to doing this block throughout this entire process. And that, folks, that block is complete. Woohoo! Alrighty. Let's take that out of here. And so, just so you see what we're going to do next, we got one more block to go. That was block number 7, flower number 7. Next, we are going to do flower number 8, or block number 8. 2 different fabrics, outer leaves and a center. Okay. So I am going to take this out and rehoop some stabilizer and background fabric. There it is. And I'm going to lay me down a piece of tearaway stabilizer. Get me a piece of background fabric. The other day I went ahead and cut all of my fabric for the entire quilt except for the borders. I'm going to use border fabric the same as the background fabric. Let's come up some. There we go. Then I'll tighten it. Put it back in. I'm going to pull up the new design. There. There. Okay. And here we go. Now I'm going to change to my gray thread for the basting and the placement and tack down stitches. Oops. Move those two cones of embroidery thread out of the way. These are the two colors of thread I'm using for this block. And here are my two fabrics. So I'm using this one for the big leaves, and this will be the center. Oops, there we go. This will be the round center. So there are my two fabrics for this block, right there. Okay. Let me get the gray thread threaded through the machine. And what I'm doing for this step, I am not using embroidery thread. This is just regular sewing thread. Block 8, flower 8 is what we're doing now. Okay. I believe we're almost ready to go here. No, you didn't either. So I want me to change to a larger frame. So let me redo this. Hold on. I'm going to have to do it without the basting stitch this time because it just doesn't want to do it with it. And that's okay. Nope. Come on, you. There. 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 Number 8. Set. Now it should, there won't be any issue now. So sometimes when you put activate the basting stitch to go around the design, for instance, you can see right here, on some blocks, depending on the size of the embroidery or the stitch out, it will push it just over the edge to get that warning sign. So then you just have to do it without it. So that's just part of it. Okay, so now we are going to do, what are we going to do? We are going to do the tack down stitch. First we are going to do a placement stitch. Okay. Going to do a placement stitch for this fabric right here. Placement stitch. Karen, I'm just using gray sewing. It's actually quilting thread. I'm using that simply because it doesn't have a high sheen to it. That's all. You could use embroidery thread if you wanted to. That just happens to be what I'm doing. I prefer to not have the sheen, especially when I know the thread is going to be covered up with embroidery stitches. I just don't want to take a chance of any bleed through, so I'm using something that's very blendable to the background. That's all. Just outlining where the petals are so I know where to place my fabric. Then after it does the tack down stitch, I get to trim all of those. Woohoo! Fun times. I'm being serious. I'm not being facetious, everybody. I'm being serious. I like trimming it. Okay, right there. Tack down stitch. Oh, you're fine, Karen. Please, everybody, if you want to ask a question, just ask. That's what I'm here for. And I'm not saying my way is the right way or anything. It's just what I've learned over the years to do. That's all. And I like using the gray thread for this step simply because gray blends with any color of fabric. Okay. And I've noticed, especially when you're using a pale yellow or white embroidery thread over the top, you can get bleed through on the color. So that's why I'm using the gray. And yes, a 3,000 yard cone of quilting thread is not super expensive, but I really don't think about the cost or durability at all. And it's what I have on hand also. Smoothing it out. Smoothy smooth. This is where you could have put down some embroidery tape if you'd wanted to. Oh no, Karen, most of my quilting thread is actually poly, or a poly cotton blend. This thread I'm using now is 100% polyester. I like to use thread that does not produce a lot of lint, okay? So now we're going to trim. We're going to trim this one up. Okay. These petals have teeth along the outside of them. What I mean by that, you'll see as I start trimming those. There we go. I'm just focusing everybody on not miscutting. But no, Karen, I am not a purist when it comes to quilts where the thread has to be 100% cotton. Fabric, yeah, I want that 100% cotton. but the thread and the batting, yeah, I'm fine with a poly cotton blend on those two things. For some instances, or there's sometimes I want to use nothing but 100% wool in my batting. I love how wool looks when it's quilted up. Oops, bounced. Hit the camera with the side of my hand. We have been running our central air for the last few days. It has been pretty warm. Keep telling Mike and myself, this is not the hot season. This is just June. July is when it gets really hot here and humid. We haven't had a lot of rain, so our humidity levels aren't super high, which is normal for this area in the summertime. But it's coming. That's something you can pretty much take to the bank. July seems like is the most hottest month here where we live. August is a close second, so there's that. Yes, Karen, wool is not an inexpensive batting by any means. I normally buy batting by the large rolls, not by the piece. And it's definitely not as expensive that way, but it's still not what you would call inexpensive. So on this one, I am not going to do a placement stitch because this is going to be a circle right in the center. So I'm immediately going to do my tack down stitch. Right there. Here we go, tack down stitch for the center of this block. Oops, there we go. Forgot to move the camera, sorry. Okay. We'll take that out and trim it. I'm just going to trim around this. Say, I actually like doing this part. This is, it's just me, I guess. I don't know. But it's bizarre. I enjoy doing this trimming part after the tack down stitch. Okay, that part's done. Now we'll just do our pretty decorative stitching around all the raw edges. Let's get that camera back up there. There we go. And let's see. First it'll go around all of this, so I'm using that thread. this really pretty light turquoise colored thread. Get that gray thread out. And we'll start this stitch out. Oh, Roseanne, I agree. Howdy, it's good to see you here, Roseanne. Yeah, I think it's such a tactile thing to do. It's just, I just love trimming back. That's just me. Yes. But it doesn't sound like it. There's at least two of us, Roseanne, who enjoys doing that. Roseanne, I don't know. We haven't set a date yet. Sarah's been really busy up there at the shop, and we're working on it. We're working on it. It'll probably be this fall now, Roseanne, before I get maybe November. My October is completely booked, so is September, so right now I'm doing bookings for November. Awesome, Roseanne. I'll come up to Michigan anytime Sarah wants me to come. fabric really well. It's just the perfect thread color for it. I think that would be a wonderful idea to make each petal out of a different fabric. You just have to, during the tack down process, you would just have to keep your hand on the start and stop button to be able to swap out fabrics. You can totally do it though. Totally do that. Woohoo! It's actually just got just a hair over 2 more petals to go after this one. And approximately 10 more minutes this walk should be done. I will have 1 more thread color change. just like the Energizer Bunny, it keeps on a-stitching. I really like these two fabrics together and the color combo together. I really like this one quite a bit. Oh, Roseanne, thank you. That is so nice of you. Oh my goodness, I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Roseanne. Just love that little animation. It's so cool. Yeah, there was just enough time in this walk for me to go fix a cup of coffee. I already had a pot made, so I just poured out a cup and nuked it. And added my creamer to it. Oh my goodness. I needed the caffeine. good to see you too, Christina. This one's almost done. All that's left is to do yellow thread around the center, and that'll be done. You'll get to see them next week. It's so good to see you too, Christina. So I'm going to add my last color of thread to this block. And I'm doing a yellow thread for the yellow center. This thread right here is what I'm going to thread. Okay. Turquoise out, yellow in. Alrighty, and this should just take 2 minutes. Press that start button and let it go. This is finished. I'm going to show you the 2 blocks we'll do next week. Next week will be blocks number 9 and number 10. Let me see. How many of each do we need? I'll get my sheet out here. We'll need 3 of number 9 and 3 of number 10. Woohoo. Okay. And number 10 will be the first rectangular block in the series that we do, so it will be fun. There we go. That was block number 8 of Just Flowers. Let's get a look at it. Let's come around this way right here. There we go. Block number 8 of Just Flowers. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Woohoo! Love it. And here is what we'll be doing on the next episode, which will be episode number 10. We will do 2 different blocks again. Number 9, which is this size block, number 9, the last small block. And then we'll do number 10, which is a rectangular piece. Okay. Which is a rectangular piece, number 10. We'll need 3 of these, 3 number 9s, and 3 number 10s for our project. Awesome. Alrighty. Let me get to another camera here. Hello there. I just love doing that. So, everybody, that was so fun. Gosh, it is finally starting to come together. And it's been a wonderful journey, hasn't it? But there is our goal for the finish line right there. Okay. So awesome. So we have 3 more episodes for the blocks. Then we'll have 1 episode for finishing and adding the 3 borders to it. And oh my goodness, it's not that far off. This quilt top will be done before the 4th of July. Alrighty then. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been awesome. And I look forward to seeing all of you next week. Have a wonderful, glorious weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Bye now. Thank you.